Hi there. I am Chris Bukowski. I play in the band The Great Mistake out of Buffalo, New York. I have been doing music for a really long time now. Still not that great at it, as far as playing, but I've been writing for a long time and I think I'm a pretty creative guy, so I thought I would do some videos on how to kind of more or less like a step by step guide on how to be creative and how to uh, you know, kind of get past certain roadblocks that you might be having when you're trying to be creative and, running into those roadblocks. So, um, I guess this is being the first video is going to be just I'm not really going to do much. I'm just going to kind of give some background and some, just the basics of, being creative. So, the first thing I think that people tend to believe, I guess, people who may not necessarily already be in a creative position where they're doing stuff creatively often, people who don't necessarily write music all the time or, draw or whatever it is that creative people do, whatever it is that we do. But I think what a lot of those, we'll say non-creative people, but I don't actually mean that. What a lot of them seem to think is that creativity is something that has to be kind of ingrained in you as at birth or something. Like you're just magically creative, or you're out of luck. Which I think that's a pretty big misconception about creative, because everybody's creative. Period. You make decisions all the time, and every decision is based on, your own perception, and you're just taking information and making a choice. And that's all creativity is at the end of the day. It's taking what you have in front of you and making choices. So, at its core, creativity is something that everyone has. And I kind of cringe when I hear people say, oh, well, I'm just not creative. I can't do that. I hate when somebody says, I tell them I do music or whatever, and their response is, oh, that's great. I wish I could do that. And my response is usually just not to say anything, because, they seem to be set in that mindset. But I cringe and I think, you can do it. I wasn't like some genius. I'm still not, the first time I sat down with a guitar, I came up with the most ridiculously easy thing that you could think of. It's not like brilliance just happens, creativity doesn't just happen. It's like any other skill. You can learn it. And if you apply the basic, tools that you have at your disposal, you're going to be creative and you're going to be successful at it. So, just don't give up. That's really the basic foundation for being creative. Is you can create something. If you don't like it, that doesn't mean you're not creative. It means you need to work on it. And I think that's where a lot of people get caught, is they think, oh, well, this first thing that I did, I'm not really happy with, so therefore I'm not a creative person. And they just give up. And that's not the way it works. That's not the way anything else works. You don't get good at carpentry by, picking up a hammer, missing a few nails, and then going, oh, well, I guess I can't do carpentry. It's something that takes time and effort. And if you apply that effort, you will be rewarded. You will be creative, and you will be better at being creative, and you will be more consistent at it. So that's, I think, the first roadblock, is just a mentality of, oh, I can't be creative. I am not good at these things. It's garbage. You just choose not to, really. if you want to do it, you will do it. If you don't want to do it, then you'll make excuses. So if you're somebody sitting out there and you're not making excuses, you know this, then do it. Just do it. So with that said, that's really the foundation for creativity, is just knowing that you can do it, and having that knowledge allows you to persevere when you may be feeling less than creative. So like I said, it's a process. So you come up with something and you don't just make a decision, well, that's good or it's bad, and then move on. Well, sometimes you do. If it's really great, and you just know it and you really feel it, then you can do that. But most of the time you come up with something and you're like, that's okay. And the real creativity comes when you're actually looking at that and saying, what can I do to improve it? So that's the second step. So the first step is just to kind of create, just sit down and do it, make something. It can be super simple, and that's okay. The second step is to step back and look at it and see, what do I like about it? What do I not like about it? And this step is crucial. You have to be objective. You have to be able to kind of see things from the perspectives of other people, which is not an easy thing to do. That's also a skill that you can learn. So you do it, you step back and look at it, and then the third step is to revisit it. So you've taken those first two steps, you've looked at it, you say, I like this about it, I like this about it, I don't like these couple things about it. The third step is, what do I do to address those weaknesses that I identified in the second step? So really here you're just kind of taking that analysis and figuring out how to fix those problems, if they're problems, or just sometimes it's not even a problem, it's just it could be better. So you take steps to try and make it better. And what are those steps? And I'll go into more of the actual, give actual examples of each of the three steps in future videos. But that's basic process. It's a really simple thing. It's just you have to do it. You have to go through the process, and you have to keep going through the process until you start to realize that it works. And it won't necessarily work right away. You won't sit down, come up with something kind of okay, do the second step, do the third step, and then bam, you've got an awesome thing. It's going to take some time and energy. Like I said, it's a skill that's learned. So if you are patient with it and you are persistent with it, you will see those results and you will be happy with them eventually. So really just get started, make something. And I will, like I said, I'll do a couple more videos, and good luck. See you in the next video.